Hey everyone! So they just announced the Season 10 Overrealm season for Torchlight Infinite and dropped some patch notes for us to digest. So it's time for me to whip up a tier list for you guys. So the way I came up with this tier list is based on a few things. One is how well they all performed in the bosses last season. Two, the changes that have been made to the game. Three, how I think they are at the beginning of a season and how they compare to how they are at the end of a season. And finally, just a little bit of my own little, I don't like this hero, so they're going to be ranked a little lower. Happens sometimes. Personal bias. It happens. Alright guys, we're going to start in with the D tier, as in do not play. These guys have not been in good states for a while. That doesn't mean they're unplayable, trash, and should be deleted. That just means on a list where we're comparing them, I will not play these heroes most likely. And that includes our Moto 1, who's, well, he's been struggling. He's been rough. Even giving them a new skin last season wasn't enough. We got Taya 2, sadly has been stalled out for a few seasons now. Carino 3 just hasn't been able to capture the glory of his season. When he was released, he was a superstar, and then they just deleted him from the game, it feels like. And then we have the original Bing 1. Well, he's not bad, and he's never really been bad, but one, I've never personally liked him, so there's that bias. And two, we got Bing 2 coming out this season, so I feel the people that do enjoy Bing are going to jump on Bing 2, and he's just going to end up at the bottom. So maybe that's a reason to play him, maybe not. But for me, he ends up on the D of the tier list. Moving up to the C, as in can get stuff done. These heroes are able to get stuff done, especially in the early stages of the game, as like most any hero can. But the deeper you go into the game, they start to hit little struggles. They can't perform as well as counterparts who want the same gear as them. And overall, they're just not that impressive. But they can get stuff done, so they end up in the C tier, ladies and gentlemen. And what we have here is Moto 2, because we got to have a Moto somewhere. New skin. Everyone loves blowing up minions, so I got Moto 2 up and can get stuff done. Just because he's slightly better than Moto 1. We got Iris 1 in here. Well, that's because Iris is, well, pretty good. But with the loss of candles, I'm a little worried for her. And with her counterpart, Iris 2, being much better, I feel she's gonna sadly be in the C tier. We got Carino 1 here because he can get stuff done, but that's about all he can do, really. Just barely get stuff done at the entry level. Near the end, you gotta really want to invest in him. So it's not the best of the league starters. We got Right Hand 1, usually comes out chugging away at the beginning, getting stuff done really fast, really efficiently, and then hits a wall and people regret picking him. But he can get stuff done, so he ends up in a C tier. And we finally have the Purple Yoga, who's been pushed to the side and forgotten ever since his step cousin has shown up in Taya 3. So he doesn't really do much, and that she doesn't do better. So he ends up down here in the can get stuff done. If you really want to play him, you can. He's over here hanging out. All right, we're gonna move up to the B tier, back up spell burst crew. These are the B heroes. That doesn't mean they're weak by any means. It's just, it is a spell burst in season. They're forcing it. They got a spell burst pet. They got a lot of buffs to spell burst across the board. So anybody who's been having fun with spell burst, well, they can have more fun with it. And all these heroes have had fun with spell burst in the past. He's got a whole kit designed for it. So does she. But the problem with all these heroes, and they're the backup spellburst, is, well, the new Bing is going to be the center of attention, and he will be inflating all the prices of gear that a lot of these guys are going to want to use. She does have a channeling aspect as well. You're like, no, she's a channeler, not a spellburster, she's Selena. Yeah, you're right, but so it's Taya 3, and you're going to have to fight her and all the other channeler, niche builds that are popping up. And the same thing with the Erica too. A lot of people are gonna be, why is she here? Well, Erica 1 is just better at the beginning of the season, more consistent, a little faster, and she, like I said, to fit the theme of the backup spellburster, she just fits in. So here we are with our backup spellbusters, or the B tier. These are all good starters. They're really fast as well. These three specifically are actually really fast at the beginning, but sadly they will start hitting that wall unless you do know these heroes very well. And if you do know the heroes well, you're probably going, Mike, these heroes are so good. Well, they can be if you do understand them, but they do have a little harder curve to overcome, and they are the backup spellbursters. All right, we're moving up to the A tier here, ladies and gentlemen. These are the acceptable heroes to start, where if you don't know what you're wanting to do, you just want an acceptable hero, this is what we got going for you, because they are gonna be across the board. They don't really have to rely on the spell burst. Inflation tax, we'll call it, and they're gonna have a good time. We got Gemma 1, who's, well, she's just always doing Gemma 1 things. I always think she's not gonna be good this season, and then she's good. So I've just stopped giving up on her. She's always good, and she'll always be good. We got Gemma 3, who's getting some love this season in the form of the Firebird necklace rework. She's got some new fire skills in the form of Serpent Beam and other stuff coming in. So there's a lot of people gonna have fun with her. She's usually pretty fast at the beginning, and I hope she'll be able to pop off with the new combo system to smack bosses in the face. We got the Rosa 2 and the Rayhan, Rosa 1. There's the Rosa 1, my mistake. And the Rayhan 2 here. These are the melee characters. They're gonna struggle a bit in this tier, a bit at the beginning, especially early on in the first act. You're gonna feel like they're not so great, but then they start snowballing. They get tankier. They become easier, especially when you get to the thing. If you understand these heroes and how to get them their gear up and power spike and craft the right mods, they'll be able to get into the end game because they're naturally tankier, and they're pretty good, and they can kill bosses. They're pretty consistently good in the high ranks. So I put them up here on the acceptable heroes, and of course the superstar with the gun, the only Carino that still sees most play, the Carino 2 Lethal Flash. He's always there. He's always killing bosses. He's always stacking crazy amounts of ailments. I don't see him doing any different this season. If you have been enjoying that playstyle since the dawn of his creation, well, he's still gonna be amazing and acceptable and getting stuff done. All right, this is why you're all here. The main event. Michael, what is the best heroes to play at the start of the season? The Supreme Stelling Saviors. Well, let me tell you, I'm sure this comes as no surprise. Bing 2 is up here. Bing 2 is up here. He's hanging out. He's having a good time. Why? Well, he's the new Battle Pass hero, and to expect the new Battle Pass hero to not walk through the beginning of the game would just be silly at this point. Let's be honest. They've set up this trend with the treasure troves, with really, really strong gear. I don't see him being any different. If they follow that trend, he will have a good time. He'll walk his way up into time mark 8, probably pretty easy, profound jump, and his kit just looks ridiculous and really, really fun. He's going to be super popular. The one downside is he's going to be extremely expensive, but I'm sure if you've ever played a Battle Pass hero, you're used to that by now. All right, we got the Taya 3. He's going to be popping off. She's one of the best League starters I've ever played. This is the hero that I got World First Traveler, World First 100. Like all this stuff when she came out, she's fast, really, really fast, and they haven't really done much to slow her down. They try, but they tried last season and it didn't work, and I don't think they did enough this season either. So if you still haven't got your hands on some Taya 3 action and you've been itching to try it out, she is still an S tier hero. You're gonna have a lot of fun. All right, we got the Erica 1. She is amazing. She's the cat that started it all. Super fast. If you're looking for that fast, what do you call that? Blinky, I forget the name. Static Spark or whatever. Anyway, if you're looking for that blinky, really, really fast playstyle, she's your cat. She's really good. She did get a little hit with her early gear. Everyone's gonna be like, but her gear got hit. All the gear got hit. It was not just the agility gear. It was all of them. So she's gonna just be a little slower, but like, trust me, she should be just as fast, just as acceptable, and you'll have a good time starting with her. Beginning of the game, she may feel a little, oh, why'd I pick her? Just like Rosa 2, we'll talk about now. Both these heroes are in the melee category, and they do struggle in the very, very first stages. But Act 1 is not that dangerous, and whatever little hiccups you may have in that first act are quickly smoothed out by the time you get to 2 and 3. And by the time you're in the maps, they're really, really strong, so don't worry about the beginning. They are great heroes, and they will get really fast. As for Rosa 2 specifically, if you didn't get to play her last season because she was Battle Pass, well, she is free now. So everybody excited to play her. She's going to be really popular. She's the new free hero. And I'll be honest with you, she didn't get nerfed that hard. She got nerfed a little bit, but then she also got buffs everywhere else. So I expect her to be just as fun and strong and tanky. The new mechanic versus the bomb mechanic may slow her down a bit, but other than that, I don't think you should worry about that either, because you have the spiral strike to get around real quickly to pick those up. I think Rosa 2 is going to be super strong, and that's why she's in the S tier. And finally, it's my bae. It's Iris 2. Did you expect me not to put Iris 2 in the S tier? Let's be real here, ladies and gentlemen. This is my favorite hero in the game, and it has been since she has come out. And, you know, we broke the game with her. Other people have broke the game with her. They tried to nerf her. Every season, they keep trying to nerf her, and people keep breaking the game with her. And I expect her to be no different. I think we're going to have another Supreme Stelling Iris season, and all these top 5 are going to be the dominating meta. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Who do you plan on starting? Be sure to tune in every day this season and join me over on Twitch. I'll put the link down in the comments below. And until then, good luck. Bye-bye.